Please ignore my bright red shorts. I like to be comfortable when I'm home. But today I am testing out some headphones that I bought for a compact system, or better known as IFB, and I'm hoping that it will work well. But it's kind of a little different story here. It's kind of a luxury item, so it's not that necessary to have these type of things. So let me explain to you what I'm trying to set up here. So I ordered these headphones here. These are mono headphones here. So it's wired, which is a TS instead of TRS, like you see on most headphones. TRS there, you can see the ring. And I thought these would work better with these, which I think it kind of does, but overall it's not the greatest quality. So what do I mean by that? So first off, let's go through the steps of the signal flow here. The recorder, it's capturing sound or playback sound, either or, and it is being sent out through this cable here. This is a sub out. This is TRS balance. So put that aside for a second. This is a Comtech unit, and these are kind of designed for IFBs, or monitoring, basically. That's what IFBs are usually for. And I bought this used from someone, Facebook marketing, and it came with the case and everything. It was nice. And he had these earpieces in, which these are mono here. And I think he uses it maybe for the boom ops or whatever, so he can talk to them, which is fine. But these are not Comtech, but they are compatible with these because this is the 216 megahertz range, the very high frequencies. So these are able to combine with Comtechs here. But I think, so the quality, I'm just assuming, I don't know if all of it's like this, but the quality of this is pretty poor. It's very, very noisy. And I did a test, if I plug in at first I thought it was because, I was plugging a stereo headphone in. That's why I got these. When I bought this, I was like, I should just buy 3 right away. Because what if it works well, Then I have to order it again, whatever. So I just bought 3. I might still keep it. I mean, it could still be useful. So, whatever. But yeah, it's very noisy. It's not clean. And I think if someone asked me if they had this type of system, I'm just going to warn them ahead of time. It's going to be very noisy. It's not very clean, but that's not what I'm recording. That's just this unit here. And I did do that on the Uranus Attack shoot. I brought this out. I was using that headphone actually. And it was very noisy, and he kind of didn't like it. He didn't like me for it, but he didn't like that system. So that's what that was. I should have brought these out for him, but you have to charge the battery, and all that stuff. Which, let's talk about the Rode Wireless Go now. In a previous video, I talked about them, kind of comparing to the Hollyland Lark M2. And I've been using these specifically only for this type of situation here. When either the director or the script supervisor needs to hear them, I take these out and I plug in, this is the transmitter here. I plug in the transmitter to the sub out here, same cable. And this is the headphone out here, or this is the receiver. So I just plug the headphone in here and it hears. And it works flawlessly. Like, it's very clean sound and everything. Only thing is, like I said, the battery kind of, you have to manage it in some way. And another thing is, I don't think it's loud enough sometimes. So, I took this out for a project I did in Arkansas. Because I didn't bring these with me. And I didn't have this headphone yet, obviously. But I don't bring these anymore because, like I said, the sound quality is very bad. I'm pretty sure they don't want to listen to that. So I took this out for him, and he decided to use like his earbuds, which it wasn't loud enough for him. And I was like, I gave you those for a reason. But yeah, so what are these specifically used for? I kind of said earlier, but either you could give it to boom operators, they can hear what they're listening to, or the sound mixer can communicate to the boom operator what they're doing, what they need to do next, whatever, blah, blah. That's one use for it. Otherwise, the director can listen to the actors talk, which is nice sometimes. Sometimes they're in a different room, they can't hear them. There's that. And in scripty, they kind of need to hear what's happening so they can make sure they're saying the right lines or anything like that as well. So those are what they're mainly used for. And you see them on set all the time, like big Hollywood sets. They use these all the time. US, they use the Comtech systems. And out in the UK, they use the Sennheiser systems. So, yeah. I bought this specifically because I wanted the Comtech. And then I could have probably buy the Comtech receivers later. These are like cheaper anyways. So that's the idea with this. And the previous guy who owned it, he drilled a hole here. So he has it's kind of a dummy 9-volt battery basically, where you can plug in a barrel and power it like that. So he probably used it quite a bit. Yeah. I will keep these. It's been a long time since I bought this. Not super long, but like I think it's past the return date. So I will keep them. So I'll have these as an option for sound. If anyone on set wants this type of unit, I will warn them. These are low quality, and you're gonna hear a lot of noise in it. I've seen some sound mixers use Bluetooth for their output, and whoever has a Bluetooth item, they could just connect to it, which isn't a bad idea. It might be a little bit of a latency issue that might throw them off a little. I'm not sure, but that might be an option I choose as well. We'll see what happens. Ever since I got this, which you probably noticed in the video when I got it, and probably in this video, it's catching a lot of my breath, air, like when I exhale in my nose, and the wind of that is kind of catching it, and that kind of sucks. Now lapels, they tend to do that too, like when you have it right under their mouth, and they breathe in and out of it, it'll catch the air. So it's not uncommon. So one way to alleviate that is obviously use the little dead cat that comes with it, which this obviously is like so big, like it covers it completely. So it'll block the wind obviously, but I mean, we get this so it can be compact and small, right? But I'm probably going to start maybe clipping it more, like say this is the center, right? Obviously it is, and then more to the right of my chest, just so I can potentially not get that breathing in and out. And yeah, I'm kind of glad I caught that. I caught it the first time I did it, and I was like, yeah, I didn't think about that. There's little things like that we kind of figure out as we use it. So, and since I hide mics now all the time, so like when a mic is under clothes, then that kind of alleviates the wind, so I don't really worry about it. And sometimes I don't hide it directly under them too, sometimes it's like, I don't know, off to the side or in the collar, for weddings and stuff like that. So one thing I do want to bring up is my 3D prints. I've had a few people interested in buying these, which is great. I didn't expect anyone to find that video and want to buy these, but yeah, one person saw it, he bought it. They seemed to like it. Another person saw it, and he bought it, and then he ordered more of it. So I think this is solving a problem that a lot of UltraSync 1 users have, which is great. I do sell these for $10 each. So if you do want them, yeah, just let me know. I'll print it for you. And they come with the quarter 20 nut as well. So, you know, I'll print them for you. These are kind of like the uglier batch that I made earlier in the days. Or probably not earlier, but it's probably one of the batches I made for one of the newer customers. And I just don't want to send out an ugly one to, people buying stuff. So I just hold on to these. But I have received like inquiries from two people about, you know, buying them. I've responded back. They have not responded back to me, so I don't know if they want it or not. Like, I don't know why communication like this always happens, whether it's, purchasing stuff or communicating with like potential clients, they just like ignore you, you know. If I end up doing that with someone, like I probably forgot or, I don't care actually, I tend to not like leave people hanging. So, if you're the person who contacted me, you're watching this now, if you want it, respond to me. I'm not coming back to you. I'm not going to try to find you and like, hey, do you want this or not? It's only $10, it's like, I'm not trying to make profit out of it. So if you want it, let me know and I'll print it for you. Not a lot happening right now. I have a shoot in like 2 weeks that I'll be helping out do interviews again. It's the same thing for if you watch the video with the fire recruits, firefighter recruits. So I have another shoot with that with those guys. It is gonna be police, so I don't know if I could do BTS for that. If I can, that'd be great. But it might not be much different from the previous ones I've done. But yeah, this room here is always a mess. I don't really hate it because I use it a lot. Like I tend to use this bag quite a bit. I have every time I do weddings, I use it, put my camera in there, and then my tripods, and then that's the bag for my monopod there. And yeah, my main tripod just kind of lives up here because I don't really use it. So actually, no, it's down. It's actually outside. But not much happening, and it's kind of strange how this industry kind of has this little lull where we don't do stuff for a while and then do stuff again. Like we're really busy and then we don't do stuff. So if you know about this pattern, you have to know how to price yourself too. So those who are getting started, make sure you know how to price so you can survive not just for the month, but maybe a little after that too. In my area, it's a little difficult, because a lot of people don't see the value in what we do, even though everyone watches movies every day, movies or TV shows every day. It's a weird dynamic I always find, but yeah, this place is always a mess here. I strangely don't hate it. Like I'm okay with like that because like I tend to bring things in and out. This I don't even know why. Like I wanted power here. It was mainly for my soldering iron because that's what this is right here. But it just keeps falling. I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do with this. I don't want to screw a hole in here. I might just utilize this power strip for something else. So that's what's happening here. And I have these batteries. They're all charged. I know you're not supposed to leave batteries charged, but I've been using them a little more often than I normally would. So if I do need to leave them stand by for a while, then you'd like make them halfway or something. And then this camera here, this phone here is what I usually use for my BTS stuff. But then once I do sound, I'm probably gonna use this for sound, and I use the phone that I'm holding right now for BTS because I have different camera angles. So yeah, it's gonna be not much change. I did order the Steadicam for the gimbal, the Digital Photo Thanos Pro 2, and that's probably gonna come in a few days. So I'm kind of excited for that. I haven't had something big like that, some big order like that in a while. Price wise, like I mean, it's the same as my drone there, but then like it's huge. So once that comes in, obviously I'm gonna make a video for that. I'm gonna test it out, see how well it works, see how sucky I am with the Steadicam, because I have no experience with it. But every video I watch, everyone's like the Steadicam works, you know. And I still need to decide which camera I want to use, my C70 or my R5C. I don't know. So yeah, this is the status of the room. It's gonna be like that for a while. A little update, I guess. So my job, I'm probably gonna change position in my job, and that might keep me busier. And if that's the case, me being on set might not happen as much, and then these videos probably won't be made as often, which will kind of suck. I kind of like making these videos, you know. So hopefully that doesn't change too much. So yeah, but that's kind of a life update for y'all. Like I mentioned earlier, it's kind of difficult to make money in this industry. So a lot of us, we kind of work full-time jobs and then try to work on the side, you know, or like side gigs. It's usually weddings. You know, I'm obviously doing weddings. It's usually weddings, but because that's the weekends and you have time for weekends. But sometimes it's not. You know, it could be anything really. So, I hope the state of this industry does change, and you know things are kind of ramping up a little bit, not just the movie sense, but in just regular production sense. Like, I think having a tax incentive again here will help. That's like towards the movie side of things, you know. But then, because of that, that could probably show businesses like, oh, there's value in video, you know. Potentially, I don't know, who knows, but there's that's happening. So, and I'm not like refusing this job because I do want to be able to support myself. So, me getting older and I can't exactly do what people on YouTube do, you know. I I'll take this job, and if if it goes the way I like what I'm mentioning, a lot of this stuff is probably gonna disappear. A lot of my lights, you know, tripods, whatever, because I kind of want to go back to a regular day job, and then responsibilities afterwards can be nothing. So I kind of want that to happen, but I would love to still work on projects on the side. So hopefully that can still happen. We'll see what happens. I have no idea. I said happening like a million times, and you guys are probably tired of me talking. So I'll see y'all next time.